IPA thing.
You have it on
multiple
YouTube?
times.
Yeah, I should have it on YouTube.
It says it's still waiting for Hops News.
Fuck. It's only on Twitter right now.
Hold on.
That
I'll get it
happened last
on.
week.
Yeah, I'll get it on Facebook.
We got 20 seconds.
Oh.
Just go ahead and run with it,
Now
Match.
it's on YouTube.
Got you. It's now on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yep, it says live
30
now.
seconds.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, and look at this crazy overlay that just appeared on our screen. Welcome back to another great episode of Hops News. That's once again, we're scrambling at the final last moment. We're still going to have a great episode today. We are discussing black IPAs that I don't actually think any of us have on our persons right now, but that's okay. As long as we have a beer, right? So technical difficulties per usual, but we're here, and that's the only thing that matters. You see the four of us, and you might notice a stranger that is on our screen right now. Go ahead and introduce yourself, good sir. Who are you? Where are you from? What kind of beer do you like? Tell us all about it.
Hi, my name is Lucky, and I'm an alcoholic. That's why I haven't been here. I am currently drinking something.
Are you
from
relapsing?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I've missed you guys so much. I haven't been here in such a long time. Been celebrating our Milwaukee Bucks
Natty national title. That's right.
I almost said a national championship. Fuck off. It's been a while. I'm nervous the whole time before we started. I was just like, don't say anything inappropriate because I've only been feeling lucky for a while. So just can't trying not to be offensive. That's just repeating in my head. How are you guys? I've missed you so much.
Hey, I'll chime in. I think we're live on everything like we should be. Mash, I definitely appreciate you picking up the ball because my fucking computer over here tonight is just a goddamn disaster.
It's all good. We're just not going to get the fancy, cuts and everything and transitions that you normally give us. So you're going to get to stare at the four of us here on screen as we all talk tonight. But who cares? As long as we're here, right?
I kind of like it. That means I can get smashed and not really have to worry about fucking up the production.
It's all eyes on me. All eyes on me. Tonight, so far, though, I'm actually not drinking a black IPA. I'm drinking a candy sour from Barbarian Brewing. If you can see, this is probably the furthest thing from a black IPA. It's a 4.9% kettle sour brewed with Sour Patch Kids, lemon, lime, orange, and raspberry. And yeah, this shit's sour. It's been a while since I've had a sour that was like this. It's good, and that's normally what they do. Oh yeah, you get a lot of those flavors. It's very much a Sour Patch Kid kind of way. So, but what about you guys? What are you drinking?
Yeah, mine's going to be a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be right along Brew Witch's line.
My dad would lose his shit right now.
Pipeworks
Brewing.
Awesome
Lizard King. Which band? Awesome what band and what singer called himself the Lizard King?
I don't know.
I know
Jim
it's a song.
Morrison from The Doors was known as the Lizard King.
So you probably can't really see it very well with a laptop camera, but this is kind of like a fluorescent yellow. I don't know if that was their intentions with this beer.
Yeah, it's lizard piss.
Sexy.
And they do crazy things with Pipeworks like that. It's kind of interesting when I poured it. I'm like, whoa, it kind of looks like a monster drink.
It's
like a Mountain Dew.
It's lizard piss. You're the Lizard King. You're drinking lizard piss.
It's like a vodka.
A lizard needs to drink more water.
That's very true.
That he does. Speaking of Mountain Dew, who's ready for the hard Mountain Dew episode?
Oh, you know what? Screw it. I'll try anything twice.
Is that coming out?
Yeah.
I haven't even heard of that. That sounds.
You should have watched Hops News last week.
Just in time for football season, man.
Isn't that a redneck margarita?
Basically.
If you watched Hops News, you'd stay in the know on the beer news.
He straight up forgot all about us, I feel like. He was just like, screw you.
I haven't. I have just been summer's fucking crazy, man.
Sorry, hey Lauren, it's all on you now. I don't know how that
What's up,
happened.
Lauren?
I didn't even press anything, and now I am the hoppy mommy. You or me?
I am the closer.
I love it.
This is why I haven't
Yes.
been on in a while.
This is
I'm
great
just-
practice right here.
This is
I'm
where I'm
eventually
at.
gonna get this right. You know, all these times we really don't appreciate Jay for the things that he does enough. I feel like because this I got to get this down.
I will tell you, we're
It's
supposed to be
true.
getting better, but here these past couple of weeks, it seems like we're dropping the goddamn ball on a regular basis.
We've been doing this a year and a half at this point. Like, what the hell?
Jesus Christ! Don't say that.
Wow.
That's so.
Well,
crazy.
I went to ABC to go get a black IPA because there's a local brewery that usually distributes, and they were out of it. But I did get Three Sons Oktoberfest and pumpkin spice latte, so I'm going to call it a win.
Oh,
But
excuse you. Hold on.
I'm
Back
drinking.
Back it up. Did you say pumpkin spice latte?
I already sent you a picture.
I just needed everybody else to
You
hear
know.
it again.
I figured as much.
God.
I am drinking a triple New England IPA called Systems from Widowmaker Brewing and Fidenz Brewing.
Ooh.
I don't even know where it is, but it's delicious. Oh, it's in Massachusetts.
I was about to say,
It's from-
Widowmaker is Massachusetts.
It's from Hops and Heroes. So if anybody's not following that Instagram page, this dude does some amazing stuff with toys and beer. And yeah, this is 10.2%. So I just took my vitamins. But I did try it. There's actually a really good local black IPA called Black Vinyl that I really like, but it was out. What are you going to do? I wasn't going to drive down to the brewery today.
He hooked you up big time. He got you a lot of good stuff. He even sent me a few beers as well. And he was on one of our episodes. So definitely shout out to him. Kevin, you're the man.
Oh,
Kevin!
yeah, he also got me this toy.
What? I didn't get
It
a
is
toy.
the 1967 Chevy Impala, and it's a perfect replica of the car from Supernatural. It even has knives and stuff in the trunk.
All I got was yelled at because I have another beer package rolling in, and you get toys.
I got a little judgment today when Tracy's box showed up.
Oh man, that was a good box. Lucky, did we talk about what you're drinking over there? What are you drinking?
I thought we did. I'm drinking something from Hoppy Mommy, Castle Church Indulgences.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a double IPA and it's 9%. So I'm not going anywhere tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stuff
I
with
brought
you
my
guys.
measly 4.9% beer, and everybody else is like, "Yeah, it popped out a 10%er. I got a 13% beer. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just punching myself in the mouth tonight." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, guys, hey."
Yours is the prettiest, at least.
It is. It's extensive skin tone.
Yours is the prettiest.
This is actually the color I turn when I spend about 5 minutes in the sun, so it's very fitting.
In your graduation cap.
Absolutely. But yeah, so as we had mentioned, we're talking black IPAs, and none of us have a black IPA, which we're going to get into in a little bit later, but I feel like black IPAs are something that everybody loves, except for probably Jeremy, because he didn't give us too much info to go off of yet, but it's also...
Wait a minute. Who said nobody has a black IPA? I will tell you.
Oh!
I had to make my way to the beer store because there is absolutely no black IPAs in my refrigerator. I walked into the beer store, and I'll open this one afterwards, but I walked into the beer store, and those guys kind of get used to me walking in there usually on a Wednesday evening looking for a selection. And I asked the guy, I'm like, "Hey man, I need a black IPA." He kind of chuckled. He's like, "That's the deadest style of dead styles." And literally was like, "I think we have one back here somewhere still." And he reached in his reach-in cooler and pulled out literally 4 shelves deep of shit on this one shelf and pulled out this 1 6-pack and handed it to me and said, I said to him, "I don't have to buy that whole thing, do I?" He's like, "Well, I suppose you don't have to." So
He was just trying to get rid of that.
Yeah.
It's been in there for
That was kind of my take on it is, when I don't know how it came up because I haven't been able to keep up the chat as much as I usually do, but somehow the black IPA category came up this week.
I can tell you how.
Go ahead and tell us, Smash, because I got to get this story.
Yeah, so you might have heard a little known company that we are very familiar with, or Bottle Share, right? So they are doing an event this Saturday with Ironmonger Brewing, who they are very much in like the Viking theme of beers. Like they have axe throwing at their brewery. They've got like just Viking themed all around, right? And I was asked last night to go on the show on behalf of Bottle Share and promote this event. And so the beer that's coming out to collaborate with Bottle Share and Ironmonger is a Black IPA. And we got into the discussion of, so Black IPAs are something that we all kind of love, but breweries kind of do one time every 5 years, it seems, and then they kind of disappear. And so I was like, we were looking for a topic, and I was like, why not talk about Black IPAs? Because it really is one of those that they don't come around too often, but when they do, we're like, man, this is pretty good for the most part. I mean, I love them personally. So that's kind of how that came up.
Yeah, I like it for sure. And I will tell you, so I've got a question teed up here, I think. Let's add a question. When was the last time you had a Black IPA? Anybody that watches on Facebook, you'll be able to answer this, and anybody that comes back and watches it later, you'll be able to answer it. But yeah, I definitely agree. I will remind myself after I have this one whether I like it or not. But we will get an input from anybody that's watching, and maybe anybody that comes out and watches it here in a little bit. But it's one of those categories, like you said, that it's not as popular as it was maybe 5 years ago.
No, not at all. You rarely see Black IPAs these days, I feel like. I don't know.
I think if I read Hoppy's notes correctly, and it's up right now, go ahead and answer that in the Facebook stream. If I read Hoppy's notes, I think the first time she had it was almost 5 years ago or so.
Yes, 7 years ago.
Wow.
Ah, that's right.
Are we doing the first time we had one?
First time or last time?
Well,
yeah, I thought it
well,
was
the
last
question
Jay
in the
asked
chat
last
was,
time.
yeah, when was the last time you had it? But what I was saying is, I think probably about 7 years ago is when they really hit. Like everybody was making a Black IPA, and it seemed really popular. But obviously, over at least the past couple of years, the style has really, really not been as popular as it used to be. At least in the breweries that I visit and the tap rooms and that sort of thing. You guys might be experiencing something a little different, but it seems to be my take.
Trying to think. Last time I can specifically remember I was in Alexandria, Virginia, actually. I was there for a TDY, and Devil's Backbone had one out. So I had one from Devil's Backbone, actually, and it was really good. I really like they had a really good beer, and that was definitely the last time I had one.
Did Patrick send you one? Does that count?
Everybody else,
Yes.
no, everybody else got beer from Patrick, but me, I think. So.
Did you send Patrick a direct message and tell him you were going to send him beer too?
I don't know that I ever saw that direct message, to be honest with you.
And that's
Because I would have been more than happy to. So I'll set something up with him. I'm getting ready to brew here soon myself, so I'll have to set something up with him.
Shout out Patrick. He's at the Brewers game right now in St. Louis. I just got a Snapchat from him.
Oh, nice.
Pretty jealous.
nice. But yeah, that's definitely the last Black IPA I had was a couple months ago, brewed by Patrick.
Yeah,
Is
that's
this
the
the
last
Krusty
one
Krab?
that I had. The only one that I've had, I had to do research because I forgot what it was called. But Indeed Brewing, I don't know if they still have it. I haven't been there in a while, but they had a Midnight Rider Black IPA. That's like honestly the only one that I've had outside of the one that Patrick sent me. So I don't know a whole lot about them.
Well, don't worry, I have a beer school ready. You're gonna learn.
Perfect. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Learn today,
Well,
boy.
chimed in and said he'd like to try one. So he's never had one, never had seen one, but would like to try one. So yeah, it's one of those things that's been around a few years back, but nothing recently. But with that said, Mash, those guys doing one now, man, if they nail it, they could really be the talk of town, right? If they go out there and nail a great Black IPA, those guys could really hit it.
Oh yeah, from talking to them, apparently their beer is all over Publix as it is, and they're doing really well in selling. And so I'm thinking if this Black IPA hits, and I'll be able to let you guys know, I'm actually getting my hands on some here hopefully soon. So I'll let you know how it tastes, and if that hits, yeah, they could really be the talk of town, especially in a market, the Atlanta market, which is huge.
Yeah.
The July winner. So you guys know Mobcraft, obviously in Milwaukee.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. Mobcraft, they've been on once or twice. Um, their their beer that won in July is called Punderstruck. And it's black IPA with cherry. So they haven't come out with it yet, but I've pre-ordered it. And anything Mobcraft does is always good. So it's an American Cascadian dark with cherry, a smooth roasty black IPA with a burst of tart cherry, featuring undertones of dark chocolate and citrus hops. So I'm super excited. That's the one that just won last month. Yeah, I'm super excited. And Punderstruck, I love that name. Just because all they do is puns, and it's ACDC
Punderstruck.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm super excited for that.
You still own it?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you sold that brewery yet, or you still own it?
No, sir. I'm drinking out of my brewery glasses right now. Come on. Am I on the wrong side here? That's literally, I don't have any cups that aren't, or any pint glasses that aren't in Barron's in my house anymore. There are just tons of them.
So here we go. This is actually, did you open it up?
Yeah. It's actually an Imperial Black IPA.
Ooh. Imperial means better.
Jay wasn't messing around and said you can just get drunk.
That's the only thing that, like, I don't actually know what Imperial means, but maybe I do. Maybe Brad told us once, but I know it's just better.
It means stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they call them Imperial Walkers.
Wait, it's a 8.2. Is that an Imperial?
Good one.
I think it is. I think 8 to 10 is, and then once you go past that, it's like double Imperial.
Must go further, faster.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Ooh, how's it taste? What's
higher, further, faster?
What's the initial?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ew or ooh?
Is that like a...
That's probably, I mean, that beer's probably 15 years old.
It's been sitting there for about a long time in the store, man.
It's all the way from Salt Lake, so just on a truck, putting an IPA on a truck, definitely. I don't think they have a brewed by. They do, but I won't.
I don't get that here, especially being from Salt Lake.
That's so funny.
It's probably 7 years old. That's probably why.
True.
Yeah.
The brewery dissolved 5 years ago.
This baby's got some aged on it. Canned January 11th, 2021.
It was this year.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say 2020 at least.
It was this year.
It knows COVID.
Yeah, it's been around. It's all right. You know, it's okay. That said, Hoppy, why don't you take us to beer school real quick while Jay just sits here and tries to think about his life.
God, you were just struggling.
And his choices. I never know what to do when there's no music and it's not zoomed in on me.
It is zoomed in on you now. Oh, God. Why are these here? Oh, God.
You can take the zoom off. It's fine.
Nope.
Okay. Black IPAs. Okay, this is a short little one because I kind of threw this together today. So you're going to get a little mini beer school. So black IPAs are also known as Cascadian dark ales, and they were one of the first craft beer trends. Unfortunately, it fizzled just as quickly as it got popular. But why? And what is a black IPA? Well, it's basically toasted or dark malts with IPA-style hops. It's as if a stout or porter had a baby with an IPA, and that's exactly what a good black IPA tastes like. Good one. Emphasis on good. It's like peanut butter and jelly, great separate and great together. Anyone who cares enough about beer to listen to this podcast most likely knows the IPA origin story. Well, they sent porters to India as well and hopped them up to survive the journey. They were called export porters. So this can be seen as the first black IPA. However, as far as the States, the first known black IPA was around 1990 at Vermont Pub and Brewery. It was called Blackwater IPA. The owner, Greg Noonan, is the same guy that trained John Kimmage from The Alchemist and gave him yeast to make Heady Topper. So the guy was a legend. John Kimmage himself has even brewed this black IPA a few times at the brewery. There's much more to this story, so if you want to hear more specifics, I'll actually put the link to the whole article into the Facebook and YouTube comments, so even if you're listening back, you can check it out. It's a really cool article. It goes into a whole bunch of stuff about like the guy who works at Hill Farmstead and all these other breweries and how they brewed black IPAs in the beginning and all that and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. So why the hate for black IPAs? I think it has to do with expectation and each specific recipe. Obviously, everyone doesn't like every style, but black IPAs definitely don't get the respect they deserve. First, you can't get thrown off by a dark IPA. And if you don't like this style at one brewery, don't write it off. Much like any style, especially brut IPAs, there are so many different versions from different breweries. So I think because it was a new style, a lot of people tried one like Jay's drinking, were like, ugh, and then didn't want to try another one. So next time you see a black IPA, give it a shot and focus on the dark malts that give the beer a roasty flavor, while the hops used can add citrus, pine, or floral flavors. If done right, these different flavors will complement each other. And if drinking at home, use a tulip glass and pair it with blue cheese, aged Gouda, grilled shrimp and grits, and some chocolate truffles. Cheers.
Ooh, cheers.
With my non-black IPA.
It's a thought that counts, okay?
Yeah.
Let me put that.
I would
put that article.
Oh gosh,
I do like porters, right? I like the porter style beer. Just not sure that I've ever had a black IPA where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy 6 of those.
What about black lagers? How do you guys feel about a black lager? Because Devil's Backbone also makes a pretty good black lager as well.
I like dark lagers.
Yeah, I love
Devil's
dark lagers.
Backbone, I mean, if they make a lager, I'm going to try and probably like it because those guys do lagers pretty well. I mean, that's what made them, that's why they're owned by Anheuser-Busch now, is because
that's true.
They made a fucking stellar lager.
It's true. I think black IPAs, again, I really fully believe that, to me, if done right, they're the one that a lot of people are going to clamor for, yet they're not done enough. So if they were done a little bit more often than maybe once every 6 years, I feel like there'd be a bigger market for black IPAs. So all this is going to take is a brewery to put it in its normal rotation somehow. And I think that the resurgence is coming.
We have a brewery. They said in the article I just posted in YouTube, and I'll post it in Facebook in a minute. They said part of the reason they think it kind of died out was it kind of took off really quick, and then Hazy's kind of took off, and everybody thought like, oh, this is just going to be the next black IPA, and then Hazy stuck around. And so a lot of people think, obviously I'm biased because Hazy's are my favorite, but they think Hazy's kind of shut down a lot of these other beer trends because the demand for Hazy's was so much bigger, so they just kept making those. And I was trying to buy a few months ago, I might have said this on here, I was trying to buy like a birthday 6-pack for a friend of mine, and she likes IPAs, but it's not her favorite. So I was trying to find other styles that were her favorites. And it is hard to find good beers that are not IPAs. But
they're pretty easy and cheap to make too. I mean, you just got to add a couple additives or a couple of flavors into an IPA, and it's like, boom, they're done in a couple weeks. So if you're just trying to turn beers out, they're done in a couple of weeks. Whereas lagers, it's like, oh, we got to wait
lagers take
months.
a while.
Or stouts, it's like nobody's going to really buy this stout right now because it's not winter. Or even though some people, they're just weird like that.
We don't really have that issue in Florida, I don't think. They do stout releases all year. Like Hourglass just did their anniversary, and like half the beers were like dark beers. But we do have a brewery, if anybody's ever in Orlando and they're on the Ale Trail, it's called Broken Strings Brewery. It's walking distance to the soccer stadium. What's our soccer team called? Pride or something?
I have no idea. Do I look like
I don't know. They wear purple.
Is?
And I think there's tigers on it or something because we have so many tigers in Orlando.
Call me Cat. Call me Kitty Cat.
Kitty Cat. But they have a black IPA called Liquid Vinyl, and I actually really like that one. And they keep it pretty much all year. They even can it. That's what all their beers are like music themed. Like they had a Peaches Milkshake IPA, and it was called Peaches Come From a Can. They were put there by a man.
Me. It's Orlando City Pride. Thanks, Josh. My long lost homie, Josh, who's checking us out tonight. Number one fan, Joshua Dubin, hailing from the Orlando city itself. No, but I do wonder if, since Hazy's kind of became like the de facto beer for a lot of people, if we're going to see like a circle back around, like, okay, people are going to move on from Hazy's, and then we're going to move back to like these different styles of IPAs and things like that, just because everything eventually circles back around in one way or another.
I think West Coast IPAs are going to become really popular again because it's trendy to like them because Hazy's are more popular.
That's true, and especially if you're in the West Coast, like Portland, who keeps it weird, or Seattle, where all the hipsters live. It's like we love the hazies or the West Coast, I should say, because it's cool to hate the hazies.
I have one friend who, if he's listening, he's gonna yell at me. I don't like them because they're trendy.
I know, Ian. I know you like them for the flavor.
He likes pine.
It's delicious, and I like the taste.
Hoppy, did you get any of the storm that came up and knocked the shit out of us last night?
Nope, I didn't even know there was a storm. Somebody said something about, what are you doing for the tropical storm? I'm like, I didn't know till like my dad texted me that he, my dad canceled his trip to the Keys this weekend. So, a lot of times I find out about tropical storms and hurricanes.
I know.
Oh, well, it rains all the time.
It rained in like 24 hours, and shit was fucked up this morning. We've got an apartment in Boone that was completely flooded.
Oh wow,
that sucks.
Yeah, it's been nasty up here.
What is rain?
Rain makes corn.
We got fires. It smells like a campfire out here. When you walk outside, you can't breathe because it's just all the fires and things like that. So I mean,
the other day you posted something on it, didn't you, Mash?
Yeah, you can't, like, when you go outside, you don't see the sun. It's just all like haze, and it smells really bad, like smoke, and you can't breathe and shit like that. It's pretty crazy. It's just that
easy.
Sucks.
It's that time of year.
Not the good haze.
This ain't the haze that you want, my friends.
It's not the haze you're looking for.
Lucky.
We don't get no, I was gonna say we don't get tropical storms in Wisconsin, but we had like 8 tornadoes within like 10-mile radius or something a couple of weeks ago, and my power went out in my apartment building, and it fucked up my fire alarms, and my fire alarms are going off like literally all through the night, and it was the worst night of my life.
Oh, that's terrible.
Are you sure you weren't just getting
the power was completely out.
Earthquakes from AJ Dillon's thunder thighs on the practice field over the Packers?
Yeah. Fucking might have been, honestly. AJ Dillon, that is one hell of a man.
Oh man, those thighs. That boy is thick. 3 C's all the way through.
At least 3 C's.
Speaking of football, Lucky, what was you have some beer news for us that's slightly football related, don't you?
Yeah, I just saw this on Twitter a couple days ago, or maybe it was yesterday. Jay Cutler likes Spotted Cow, Mash. You'll appreciate that.
Of course he does. Who doesn't like Spotted Cow? You know why? It's because he's a Green Bay Packer. He played as Green Bay Packer his whole career. He threw more touchdown passes to the Green Bay Packers than he did to the Chicago Bears.
I would say top 5 Packer quarterback in the last like 20 years.
Oh, it goes Rodgers, Favre, Cutler, and then you got Bart Starr and crew down there.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, I've never really had any issues with Jay Cutler because I honestly think he beat us. Did he beat the Packers once or twice?
He did a pretty good job. There? I mean, he was a good. People hate on him for his attitude, but I kind of liked it. I mean, he's just kind of no bullshit kind of guy.
He's just sassy.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler is just sassy, and I don't hate him at all. But the fact that he drinks Spotted Cow, and I think his caption was "No mask needed" because he was just doing it on his porch like a fucking G.
Yeah.
I love him.
He owns a farm too, I want to say. I think he owns a farm up at that area.
Yeah. Didn't he just get
he got divorced from that. Yeah, they got divorced, and then she was like asking him to like pay her money and stuff, and he basically told her to fuck off, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it's like,
honestly,
you're rich too. Like, what do you need all this money for like a second house and all that kind of stuff? So that made my respect for Jay Cutler go through the roof even more.
Man, this is a surprising poll. This is a surprising poll, and I don't know how many of it is us out of the 6 people that voted. All 6 of them.
I voted.
Nay.
So Black IPAs, everybody likes Black IPAs?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jay was like, nay.
I didn't vote.
Speaking of farms, nay.
Well, Micah said that Redbeard makes a good one, and when I looked up Black IPA on Untapped, Redbeard came up, so I'm guessing they probably have a well-known one.
God, I missed
well, just off the name.
Hey, Micah, how's the... I haven't really talked shit to Micah, but I just want to say, like, how's the Phoenix Suns doing? I haven't paid much attention to their off season.
I'm going to Phoenix in 2 weeks, actually. Funny enough, you mentioned the Suns, because I'll be in Phoenix September 1st through the 8th.
That's awesome. You'll get to witness you'll get to be in the city that's runner-up to the NBA championship.
Well, that's why I'm going down there. They couldn't win the championship, so that's why I'm getting drafted by the Suns. Funny enough, surprise!
They're like assistant too.
Oh,
The
it feels
NBA
so good. I
champions.
don't know that
I'm
I
assistant to
haven't
Devin
been
Booker.
on since we won the championship, right?
That's
I've
true.
been
That is true.
I
recovering.
don't think so.
I don't think you have. I don't think
No,
you have.
I've been recovering. I'm still recovering emotionally, physically. And
I'd like to see the
financially
beer
from the
numbers.
championship run.
The amount of beer that was drank during the NBA Finals, particularly Game 6 of the Bucks. To be honest with you, if we can find those numbers, I'm very interested in finding out how much beer was consumed.
So at the Pfizer Forum, or like so outside in the Deer District, there were 65,000 people not inside the Pfizer, and they sold out of beer after the first quarter. Like
Oh my
outside,
God,
they were
that's
completely
awful.
sold out.
They sold out
They,
of
they were
God.
completely sold out of beer for
I
65,000
didn't think that was
people. It
possible
so
for the
crazy.
state of Wisconsin. To be honest with you, I
No,
thought I thought they just had more beer than they knew what to do with for this exact reason, because you guys could drink.
yeah. I don't know how they weren't prepared, but so JJ bought a 12 pack of beer from like one of the vendors down there, and he was selling them for like $10 a beer. It was crazy.
Nice.
Made all of his
Huh.
money back.
I don't doubt that. But hey, you know what? That's pretty awesome though. I love the Bucks. I
Great.
love Giannis, and it's really good to see a small market team win a championship again.
That's how I felt when the Heat
Hoppy,
won.
how do you feel? You were so close. You were so close last year.
Obligatory F the Lakers because they just stacked
You know,
their team.
I haven't had like my heart broken over basketball in a while, because like last year was almost, I don't want to say a fluke, but it was kind of like a fluke. Like nobody saw us going to the finals. So it was just so exciting, even though we didn't win it all. So, I mean, yeah, I'm still just happy we did so well last year because we had been doing so shitty.
I'm just happy to be here. You guys got deeper this year too. You guys got deeper. You have a deeper team.
I was happy to be there too. I was really happy to be there.
Yeah, no, when I saw your pictures, it took me back to when I went to that winning game a few years ago.
Back in the day, she went down memory lane.
Back in the fucking day.
The year was 2013. It was game 6.
All right. Jay, do you have beer news? Can we move on from this trash?
I got a little bit of beer news for you. So my beer news today is this is the worst cheap beer in America, customers say in new survey.
Uh-oh.
Obviously, this is not the list that you want to see your brand on.
Is it surprising?
So there's a full list. Can I guess the top like couple?
Yeah, go ahead and guess. Go ahead and guess your guys' top 3, what you think those beers are, and let's reveal them. Lucky, what's your top 3?
Worst beer, I think Keystone Light, maybe. Keystone has to be up there. I fucking hate Keystone.
Okay. Other 2.
I would say I hate to say it, Old Milwaukee.
Oh man.
Some kind of Old Milwaukee. Old Milwaukee is really tough. And then maybe Rolling Rock. I hate Rolling Rock.
Wow.
Oh, that was mine.
I hate Rolling
I was
Rock.
gonna say Rolling Rock. Tastes like water.
Lauren,
tasted like water in high
yours.
school.
Give us yours.
So I just
Rolling
posted
Rock
it.
Mine's
in
Rolling
the,
Rock.
The first,
as well.
Rolling Rock
so
is
the feed
good
has
for
it
the
as
first,
well.
like 13 seconds.
So the feed has the question as well. Go ahead and put your answers in there. But Hoppy, what are your top 3?
I'm gonna say Mick Ultra, Rolling Rock, and I want to say Miller Lite. I'm sorry, Rich.
Wow, I was actually
Fuck
thinking that as
you.
well.
Oh.
I was gonna say that as well.
Ooh, I gotta fuck you on here. I was only expecting it from my stepdad.
No,
Mick
dude, Miller Lite.
How
I
many-
just say
I'm
that
surprised by the Mick
it's
Ultra
Wisconsin,
because
but-
I see a lot of
Yeah.
people drinking Mick Ultras and Miller Lights. To be honest with you,
There's a
But I feel like people
I
that
had
drink
Mick
Mick Ultra
Ultra
don't like it. They're
last
just trying to
weekend.
burn calories.
No, yeah, I drank Mick Ultra on the golf course this past weekend, and it was just because I didn't want to be
You're on a
like,
diet.
dead all day. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. I just had like 15 more hours of drinking, so I wanted to start off slow.
that's fair.
That's
fair.
yours.
I'm all right. I'm gonna say Natty Ice, number 1.
Oh, Natty Ice is.
Gonna go. Definitely gonna go Keystone number 2. That's got to be 2, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Coors. Coors. I'll say Coors because Hoppy took Miller,
Coors
so I'm gonna
isn't
say
that
Coors.
bad,
Come
though.
on.
Coors is a good
You
cheap
guys
beer.
are both ridiculous.
I'm gonna say Coors.
All right. We're going to start at number 6 with the king of beers, which is absolutely fucking mind-boggling, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Pabst.
Budweiser.
How is Budweiser?
Oh, okay.
He said king of beers. It
That's
took you guys
crazy.
that long
No,
to realize.
I was trying to remember. I was
I
like,
thought Jay was saying it because Pabst. He's a Pabst guy. I thought it was going to be PBR.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying.
Budweiser is terrible.
Lucky, I'll let the cat out of the bag a little bit. PBR didn't even make the list.
Wow, what?
PBR is not the worst for bad beer.
No, PBR is my go-to.
I love a good PBR when
shitty
I'm
beer.
at a show, definitely. And then as you guys
It's
see,
when
I
I-
had one in
when
the
I'm
fridge.
like- When I'm too drunk to read the beer list, I either get a PBR or a Corona. Always.
At
every
that
Oh,
point,
time.
it's
Corona.
probably
Oh, I
good.
should have put
Oh,
Corona.
I forgot about Corona.
I hate Corona.
Corona's.
You could have anything you want in here, as long as it's a
it.
Corona.
And
So
that's
let's
why
go
I'll
with
never
number
be part of Vin
5.
Diesel's family.
Let's go with number 5. This is a little bit surprising to me because I think it's a little bit higher ABV for the money. So I tend to, when I was, kind of around the E3, E4 range where you're making a little bit more money, this is kind of the beer we went to. Ice House.
Yingling?
Ice House?
Ice
House is number
Wait,
5.
that's the beer you go to when you make more money? Is Ice House? Is
I
Ice
don't
House
even
more?
know-
Yeah,
I don't even
as an
know what that
E3, you're
is.
making like $600 every 2 weeks, so you're really not going for top shelf quality. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he meant by that.
That's a rank in the military. E3, you're like
I
dirt
understand
poor.
now.
Yeah. You're moving up from PBR to Ice House because it has more alcohol and about just a few more dollars more.
That makes sense.
So number 4,
I'm
I'm
honestly
surprised.
never even heard of Ice House.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't think I have either.
You've never heard of Ice House?
No.
It's fair. I've never even heard of it.
That's nuts.
Maybe it's only
And
the
I was
Southeast?
once that E3 degenerate as well, and I don't know what Ice
Yeah.
House is because I was drinking
Heard of Ice
PBR.
House. Go in a gas station. Go to a Publix, or not a Publix. I know you don't have those. Go to a
No,
grocery
I've
store.
been to plenty of Publix. Get a pub sub while you're there. Just
Pub
saying.
subs are the
So let's
best.
go with number 4. I'm really, really surprised that nobody guessed this one because this would have been like my number 1 had I not read the list before. Bush.
Oh,
Oh no! Come on, guys.
damn.
That's
it.
all I drank in college. I drank so much Bush. It was
Yeah, I
like
bet.
$12 or $13 for a 30.
You said you
rack.
were going to keep it clean because this wasn't feeling lucky.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that was funny. I would give you a ding. That was very good. I don't eat the Bush. That's producer beef.
Was that how he got his name? Is Beef?
Yeah. It was-
All right, let's go with number
Always
3.
find themselves
Somebody
in the
called this one. I don't remember who called this one, but I think it may have been Lucky called this one Keystone.
I did.
Keystone.
I think that was my number one.
Oh, you also said it too.
So
That's right.
smooth.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that was my number
Keystone
one.
is
So
number
smooth.
3.
They used to, at the frat houses in my college, they used to give out warm Keystones for like, instead, like they would advertise the parties as keggers, and then they would buy 30 racks of Keystone and just give them to you completely warm. It was disgusting.
What?
Did you drink it?
Yeah. No, I would drink half of one and then I don't know, steal something.
That's unfortunate.
Can't you like wrap it in a paper towel and put it in the freezer and then it gets cold real quick?
Yeah.
Not at a frat house with
Yeah, at a
1,000 people
frat
in
house?
it.
No. All right, Jay, what's number 2? I need to know number 2 then.
Let's read the answers. So Hoppy Mommy's mommy says Bud Light. Corey says Coors Light and the Beast. William says beer. I think I know where he's going with that. Beer, Rainier, and Hams. Man, Rainier and Hams. That's kind of an odd. I mean, yeah, but those guys are like, you guys have had a Rainier or Hams, right?
No.
I don't even know what you're saying.
I've had hams. I've never had Rainier.
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm a
like
vegetarian.
the old school. Yeah, they were along with hams. Rainier and hams are kind of.
That's funny.
If I'm not mistaken, Rainier is out of PBR's. When PBR got their start, Rainier was one of the beers that they were brewing as well. So I'm kind of surprised to see those ones. I don't think that they're that bad. They're kind of good old school beers.
Hams is trash. Hams is pretty trash. I don't like hams.
Speaking of trash, we got trash number 2, and that's natural ice.
Hey,
yeah,
I picked that one. I got that one.
That was a good one. Natty Ice is so
awful.
Shitty.
Oh God, it's awful.
It is.
I'm really curious
so
as to the worst one now.
Natty. So that's the Madison beer. Everybody in Madison drinks Natty Ice, and it's just like, ugh, terrible.
What does everybody in Milwaukee drink?
Milwaukee best.
Was usually Milwaukee's
New
best
Glarus.
for PBR.
Yeah.
Not New
PBR.
Glarus.
Do we need a drum roll for number 1?
Lucky, you'll be disappointed to know that Milwaukee's best is the number 1 worst cheap beer.
Oh, I just said it. I just said it.
So Milwaukee's Best Light is all I drank when I went to like parties at UWM, and it's like the best beer for the first 3 minutes while it's cold, and then as soon as it like gets just below freezing, it's trash.
It really does go
undrinkable.
It goes cold to warm obscenely fast,
and then it's just undrinkable as soon as it's warm. It's flat and it's just it's so disgusting. So I don't.
That's why they serve the shitty beers extra cold because they are shitty, and then you taste less of the shitty flavor.
Yeah, we would throw them in the freezer. They would be in the freezer, and then you'd take it out and you'd have to drink it literally within 3 minutes.
Although I'm not gonna knock, I do miss liking Bud Light and drinking it out of that ice cold frosty mug while you eat wings at a restaurant. I do miss that. I miss enjoying that because if I did it now, it wouldn't be as enjoyable. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I bet you if you tried it next time, Hoppy, you're gonna love it just as much.
All right, next time I go to Landlubbers, I will try it. Even though I get shit for it, I will definitely try it. It'd probably be like 99 cents for a Bud Light.
Yeah. That's kind of the way I feel about PBR. It's like it's one of those beers, like you said, you can't let the fucking thing get warm, or it is absolutely atrocious. But an ice cold PBR, fuck man, you can slam them, like drink them like water.
Yeah, like I said, that's why you get them in the mosh pit. You're good to go. You rejuvenate yourself.
They're definitely not the worst, but you shouldn't go in a mosh pit. That's a bad idea.
Well, now I'm 30 years
Feels
old.
like
I'll
you
probably
have
break in
a
half.
mosh pit story.
No, I tried to go in a mosh pit once at Warped Tour, and my guy friends were like, "You are not going in there. Do you know what they do to girls in mosh pits?" I'm like, "No, but I don't want to anymore
bad.
now. I'm
mosh
good."
pits are like one of the safest places. I mean, aside from the fact that I've caught a few elbows to the temple, but
I was told not to.
You fall
I've
down
also
and
had seen
picks you
friends
back
come
up.
out bleeding.
Oh yeah,
I can think of at least
happened.
45 safer places than a mosh pit without even
mosh
thinking.
pits are great. Okay, I love a good mosh pit. You just get.
They're probably fun, but they're not safe.
No, they're not safe by any means, but they're a lot of fun.
Safe is a ridiculous adjective for a mosh pit.
At least when you get knocked down, people pick you back up in a mosh pit. All right, it's a
So
very
you get
friendly
knocked down,
environment.
you get up again. Okay.
It's a very friendly environment. All right, just all you need to know.
No one's gonna keep him down.
Yeah.
Never. Fucking never.
Yeah. Who's ready for some college football? We're like down to the what? 14 days or so, right?
8 fantasy football drafts coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Dude, it's fucking insane. I have so many matches. It sucks.
I have ours lucky, and then I have like 9 more all on the same day, and I'm like, oh god.
Just gonna be like going between fucking.
I'm literally gonna be like Adam Schefter up on the board, like going through my fantasy football because I've got like 4 different apps in like 9 different leagues, so it's gonna be insane.
Oh, it's crazy to think that that's already coming up so quickly.
It is.
I cannot believe it.
It's football season.
I saw that basketball starts in October, which is
the summer league's already playing right now. Yeah, summer league's going. NHL is going to be starting soon. Yeah.
You're not used to the
Everything is
normal
just so
schedule.
crazy.
Everything ended so much later too because of COVID. Well, except for football, of course. But so like the NBA has a shortened like off season, NHL has a shortened off season, and then it's just weird to see like fans and stuff back in the stands of football games again. It's such a bizarre like, holy shit, it's finally happening, and I can only imagine how like the shoe is gonna be. Like some of these college football stadiums are gonna be outrageous week one.
Ugh, yeah, but Florida's a fucking cesspool right now.
Yeah, so is the entire country, to be honest with you.
I cannot wait to go to a fucking Badger football game. It is going to be
I know.
bumping.
I'm still really hoping I get to Chicago for that Packers game. I'm holding out hope that we get our shit together country-wise and I can get to that game because this is going to be the last year you see Aaron Rodgers in the green and gold, man.
Don't say that. Bite your fucking tongue.
I'm just mentally preparing for when it happens, okay?
I've been mentally preparing.
I'm a mess, okay? I'm going to cry the day that he leaves the Packers.
I'm still celebrating the Bucks championship.
That's fair.
Still basketball
I'm
season.
still celebrating the Heat's championship.
But, Jay, we'll have to get a Spaces going week one of college football. Actually, I don't know that I'm going to be able to because I'll be at my basketball tournament. But
let's do it.
We'll have to get something going. I'll be in Arizona, so I might be able to. I
went to Heat game there once. We won.
I'll be in Charlotte on September the 2nd, and everybody will be watching it.
Nice.
Prime time.
Oh, it's a primetime game.
I didn't hear you.
I just was asking how you guys did this year. Bucks did all right.
Not the best.
If you didn't know, the Bucks did all right.
All right.
Did they? How far did they get? Are you shimmying?
I don't know. I'm trying to like straighten up my shirt.
No,
Poppy, does your family go to all the Miami games? Do you guys attend those?
Yes. My dad has been a season ticket holder for the Miami Hurricanes, I feel like since the year I was born. He remembers the year I was born because the Hurricanes won that year. Of course, if I say that, he said that's not the only reason. But he just moved to Daytona Beach. So this is the first year in forever that my dad hasn't lived in South Florida. So I don't think he's going to be getting to all the games this year. But we usually try to do a UM game at least once a year. But I don't know what's going to happen this year.
I'm still up in the air. Week 2 for us is Miami in Miami. And they're coming off of playing Alabama the week before. So this could be a big game for App. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's down here, right? It's at Joe Robbie.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If I do it, I'll get on a plane like Friday night and try to get on a plane again Saturday night coming back. But haven't decided yet. That'll be a big game. That could be pretty important for either team.
It very much could.
Are we staying on later? Because I want to grab another beer. If we.
I was about to just have us start wrapping on up because Lauren and I have our shows to do as well. But so before you hop off, Lucky, why don't you tell us what's been happening in the Feeling Lucky world?
Fucking nothing, man.
Nothing.
There's been a whole lot happening. Big Daddy, if you guys haven't been following along, Big Daddy is down in Jay's neck of the world now, and he's going to be on next week to talk about his move and all that stuff. There was no episode this week. If you want to listen to last week's episode, do, because it was very funny. We had a buddy of mine, another comedian friend, Jamie, on, and he's fucking hilarious. The episode is called Nipple Fingers. So I can ask you guys, would you rather have nipples for fingers or fingers for nipples? You can make that a poll if you want to.
Oh yeah, let's make it poll roll.
Fingers for nipples.
No,
so
fingers,
like your actual,
or nipples.
Just the size, basically. It's like the size of it.
Nipples or fingers. Let's post it.
Yes. Yeah.
So then you had a finger and couldn't do anything.
Right. I mean, yeah. My nipples are very tiny, so you'd basically have little stumps on your hand. Or not even stumps.
I would rather
have
finger nipples.
But that would be like so inconvenient. They would just,
yeah, but at least I can still do stuff with my fingers, okay?
I'm a girl. I think I'd be okay.
Ew, you go to suck on somebody's, and then it's just like fingers, and it's just ew.
What if they get hard and you're giving it a blowjob? That's disgusting.
All right, save it for feeling lucky.
All right. Anyways,
go listen to this episode of Feeling Lucky. We got really in depth on that, and it was fucking hilarious. But yeah, Big Daddy will be on next week. He has finally moved in. Jay, he is. I told him you might be texting him soon to meet up. Because he is now in your neck of the woods, and he's very excited. I'm very jealous that you guys are going to get to meet before me and Jay get to meet.
Hey, if Big Daddy's listening, Big Daddy, we always have 2 extra tickets for every home game at App. If you ever want to come up for a game, let me know.
wow.
We'll fucking drink a shit ton of beer.
Jealous. I'll be down there probably come October-ish. I'm gonna try to get down to see him, and I've got another buddy that goes to Clemson, so I'll be down there at some point. But yeah, he's gonna be on the next episode that we record this week, and we're really excited. Other than that, we're just having fun living. We're trying to recover from the NBA championship still, but yeah, just living.
Salt in the wound.
Hoppy, you laugh, but it has been a grind.
No, I can still remember. I mean,
oh my gosh, here we go again.
06, 12, and 13. I mean, yeah, I remember the exact moments of all 3 of those.
This is the first in.
I just muted her.
The first in my lifetime. Yeah, which is fair. Honestly, you should.
Did you really mute me?
I did.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
How about you tell us what's up with Geeks right now instead of walking down your memory
So what's
lane
up
from
with
45
Geeks
years
is I remember
ago?
in 2006 we were playing the Mavs. Okay, what's up with Geeks? Geeks is good. Matt did a Suicide Squad recap with a couple other podcasts, and I didn't jump on because I wasn't going to be with the kids for a few days.
Hot take.
No.
A hot take. Why is it a hot take?
You already know he's gonna.
But when I
doesn't like Suicide Squad.
Go ahead, say it, Jay.
Oh, right,
say
I
it. But
forgot,
who
I
has the
forgot.
power right now?
I want to like that movie because
Oh my God, he muted you.
Damn. Mike.
Okay,
dropped.
go ahead, say your piece.
Literally,
I'll let
Mike
it
dropped.
Jay didn't like it for reasons that there's clearly he lives under a rock.
I don't think Hoppy enjoyed it either.
Yes, she did.
No, I did like it.
Jay,
it's cracking up at him.
I'm not gonna say me and you are on the same side at risk of being muted, but wasn't the best.
Yeah.
I thought he muted
Too
you.
bad. I did. There will be no
I
slander.
got shit for.
I have the power.
Well, I got shit for
You look
saying
at
Black
me,
Widow was
I
better.
have the power.
You're the captain
Yeah.
now.
I'm the damn captain. Remember that next time.
Black Widow was better.
What
The thing is, you had to
last
go to Suicide
night, so
Squad.
like real talk. Last night I saw Respect. It's the Alicia Keys movie, or not Alicia Keys. Why do I always say that?
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
That's
What's
not
her
Alicia
name?
Keith.
No, but she's
Aretha
No, yeah,
Franklin?
that's-
Yes,
Aretha Franklin.
movie.
Like the best movie by far I've seen in 2021, and maybe it's one of my favorite movies ever. It was so fucking good. I love Jennifer Hudson, so I might be biased, but
Oh.
real talk, it was such a good movie. Anyway, keep going.
Nice.
Anyways.
So you had to
That's
go into
recency
Suicide
bias.
Squad
I
with the
watched it
expectation that it is going to be ridiculous, and then you'll enjoy it.
Very.
But all I was saying was Matt did an episode with a couple other podcasts, which is probably good I didn't join because they all have a level of knowledge that far exceeds mine. So I enjoyed listening to it. I would not have been good on it. Other than that, we just released an episode on Titans. We did some Origin. That's on HBO Max. So they just started season 3. I'm really liking season 3. I think it's really good. So that's fun. And tonight we're actually going to record some Origin on Polka Dot Man and King Shark. And the actor who played Polka Dot Man is now best friends with Matt.
It's true. I've interacted with him a few times on Twitter now. No big deal.
Yep.
Fucking poke.
Damn, baller.
Look, I'm not saying that I'm taking us to new heights, but I'm taking us to new heights because Also, we might have a beer review in the works with a little known brewery called Toppling Goliath as well. I'm talking with them.
Who?
Toppling Goliath.
Never heard of them.
Suedo Sue.
Who's that?
I've been in the emailing back and forth with their social media person. They've done a lot of good philanthropy. They're really excited to work with us. We have formed a partnership together with them, and so there's more to come on that here pretty soon. We may be doing a little something where Toppling Goliath gets us the goods, and we do a bit of a beer review with either the brewer, owners, or both.
I can't wait to have them on. I can show them. I still have my first Pseudo Sue can. Right.
And if you didn't like Suicide Squad, you don't get to be on that episode. Sorry. Executive decision.
This is the last episode Matt ever hosted.
But
Yeah,
I'll never be allowed to host again.
Mash is not going to be on that episode. Fuck.
hey, no joke. The episode that those guys did about Suicide Squad was nothing more than a Suicide Squad circle jerk. So you'll love it.
You will, because we appreciate fine things and give the knowledge. Anyways, yeah.
Oh my god.
Geeks is going great. All right, that's all y'all need to know. Geeks is going great. I just want to say,
If you haven't listened to Feeling Lucky in the past like month and a half, it's all just been fuck circle jerking. So it's like we get you.
listen, the world has gone to shit, so I'm gonna circle jerk till I die at this point. You know what? If you love something, circle jerk it. I don't care if it's pumpkin spice.
Put that on a t-shirt, Jay. Circle jerk until I die.
I'm gonna jerk it. Like, listen, Dunkin' Donuts released their pumpkin spice day. You bet your ass I'm circle jerking to that.
Oh shit! You haven't plugged them because they haven't sponsored you yet, or what?
Probably, yeah.
Because he can't get them.
Dunkin' Donuts, like their social media manager, I'm convinced is like, no, I'm not gonna say it on air, but just know, I've got beef. I've got beef.
Racist. He's racist. He's racist.
He
You
might
can
be.
say it.
He
I've
might
seen it.
be.
He's
I'm just
racist.
saying he might be a little and little prejudice, little something. I don't know. So with that
Hey,
said, what?
Lucky, October 20th, Coastal Carolina in Boone. Be the biggest game of the year in Boone. So if you guys are in the area, I'll shoot Marty a message here on Facebook after we get off. If you guys want to come up for it, let me know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm booked at solid until October, but October, yeah, fuck yeah. That would be probably perfect because he'll be nice and settled in, and I got to get down there and see all of them. So yeah, that would be awesome. Coastal
All
Carolina.
right, guys.
What?
Okay.
Final
Are we
attacks.
going to be doing a Patreon Zoom one day soon?
Yes, we're setting up a
Yes.
Patreon exclusive Zoom here again very soon. That's something that
Are we doing it tomorrow night? Let's do it tomorrow night.
You'll be on that without me. There's your chance to not have me on it because
Done.
we'll have basketball
I'm kidding.
practice. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I play semi-professional basketball. No big deal. I'm like a step under Giannis.
He's like Will Ferrell.
You're gonna catch me in the G League soon, so no big deal. Maybe
Nice.
Dunkin' Donuts will stop fucking around then.
You guys want to do it tomorrow? Lucky?
Yeah, I could do it tomorrow. I miss the Hops News family so much. I'm only on YouTube right now, so I've only been interacting with Hoppy Mommy's mommy. But yeah,
She's
I
on
miss them so
Facebook,
much,
too.
so
Oh yeah.
whenever you guys set it up,
Does Marty have his own place yet?
yes, he just got it, so that's why he's able to record this week.
Awesome.
He just got his own place, and we're actually going to talk about all of his endeavors this episode. So
Nice. Tell him to come on with us tomorrow night.
yeah, I'll hit him up.
Sounds good.
Take us out, Jay.
What?
Hey, thanks for tuning in another episode. It's fucking, I will tell you, if we're not dealing with technical difficulties the last minute, I don't know what will. Maybe I can talk one of these guys into jumping on this week and doing some testing with me, make sure we have these bugs worked out before next week. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Go check out the Geeks. That, I will tell you, and just giving Mash shit, the crew that he brought together and talked about Suicide Squad, they gave me backstories. And Mash, just to your credit, after I listened to your episode, I watched Suicide Squad. I voiced my opinion. I went back and listened to your episode again and have a new insight on it, right? Because I listened to it and could relate to exactly what I just saw. But
And
what
he
those
still
guys,
fucking hated
like
it.
Hoppy said, yeah, what Hoppy said, those guys know that detail of those characters and the storylines much more than I could ever hope to, but definitely great insight for that. Always check out what those guys are doing. Feeling lucky, I will tell you right now, that is a crew that if you don't listen to it and have to stop just to catch your breath and start listening again so you can pay attention, good stuff out of those guys. I'm glad they're keeping Big Daddy or Marty involved down there in South Carolina. He's a great addition to the show, so go check those guys out. Appreciate what you guys are doing, and I understand that we may be closer than we ever have to meeting in Spring Hill, Tennessee, possibly before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
beer permit has been approved by the town of Spring Hill, so we're one step closer. One step closer.
We're all pulling
edge, and I'm about to break.
Yeah, we're all pulling for Brad and Common Law over there in Spring Hill, Tennessee, because it may be the first time that all of us get together in one location and drink beer. And I will tell you what, Happy Hour Vitamins will definitely be involved in that fucking escapade.
God, it's going to be a sponsored event by them. Fun fact. They don't know it yet, but they're sponsoring the event. So
yeah.
Well, and you will learn. I was just going to say, I always have these in my purse. A fig bar, a koozie, and Hops Geek News stickers.
Facts.
And Hot Barons.
Love it.
Facts.
I don't always have Hot Barons in my purse.
Or spicy nuts.
Just
you got them spicy nuts in your purse.
I have had them in there before. I'm not going to lie.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on another crazy episode. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Baby.
Love you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.